she's just really docile.
She's excited.
She's you're excited. Okay, how about you sit here? Okay. Oh, Sophie.
Maria actually found out the MAPS program through the web. We've tried various other things before, which seem to have a failed effect. And,
gone to virtually no tantrums and more speech. In the 5 months, she's gone from one-word sentences to 5, stringing a sentence, to singing songs out of musicals.
Affectionate-wise as well, very loving. She's become very loving towards her little sister in particular, and we're grateful, very grateful. Thank you very much.
First impression, I was probably the only parent that didn't read anything about the brain plasticity or anything. I just saw the DVD that Kim sent, and I was sold. Everything just made sense. And I tried one technique, which was touching lightly on my daughter's fingers when one night she woke up, because she used to always wake up crying and screaming during the night. And I used the technique of touching her fingertips lightly, and it worked. And that's when I knew that something as simple like that, normally you would probably do something else, but I just sat her on my lap and then just lightly touched her fingers. And she was completely relaxed to the point where nearly falling asleep. So that's what ultimately said to me, this is going to work, just by these really simple exercises.
Ariana was just like a living being, like with no sort of no feeling, awareness, no consciousness of other people around her, and she was just, it was pretty much just a being that would eat and drink and just not pay attention to anything else at all. It was crazy. Not even to her own birthday party. She wouldn't respond to her own name. She wouldn't make eye contact. She wouldn't
eat anything. It was just all white foods: pasta, rice, bread, cheese, yogurt. That was it.
Yeah, no, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. And
sleeping was off.
Her sleeping patterns were very funny, to the point where she'd get up crying 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd have to end up going into bed with her and sleep with her until she would actually nap. And
then she'd wake up at 6.
Yeah, if I wasn't in the bed with her, she would wake up again.
She had a really bad digestive system. We were told that she couldn't have gluten and casein, so we got her off those, and the symptoms were still there. Then we got her on the specific carbohydrate diet, which worked a little bit. Stools were pretty much the same until we tried MAPS, and that's when things were correcting themselves slowly, but correcting themselves to the point now where her stools are firm and appear to be normal. So with MAPS, it's 10 minutes. The exercises are virtually 30 seconds to a minute each, and they like touching, they enjoy looking at the pictures and smelling. So it's not like you're actually doing something, which is the weird thing. They're really simple, really easy exercises, and they like doing them. So it's doing the job, basically.
It's very effective.
Neurofeedback, she was fine the first couple of sessions, and Ariana's preschool did say that they noticed a lot of change in her. But like with the Tamati's method, it went to a certain point and it stopped. And it didn't, what was happening wasn't holding. So if you missed, let's say, a week, everything that you had done previously would just go back to square one. With MAPS, you're doing something and it's holding. Nothing's
and it's
going
always
back.
something different too. It's never ever the same thing over and over and over, week in, week out, week in, week out. We find lately we are taking Ariana off her supplements and off her little things that she does, her vitamins and stuff, and see where we can regress from there. She loves to talk, and she loves to be compassionate about things. She's very passionate about things. She loves painting, drawing. she loves her animals. We're even buying more animals as it is now. We've got our little farm out here. We've got a rabbit, a dog, and a cat that all hang out together. People seem to think that's bizarre, but it's just a normal thing for our animals now.
She'll feed them.
Great.
She'll get the food ready in the morning with me sometimes and pour.
That's another thing. Yeah, she's become very helpful. Very helpful. Like she wants to make Selena's milk. Yeah. She wants to cook Selena's milk and take Selena's milk to her, and she wants to, she wants to do all these things that she's never wanted to do before, which is probably what a normal 4-year-old should be doing. She's doing now.
Yes.
Tell
me. Maybe just staying home. That was probably the hardest thing, because we're relying just on Ben for income, but we know that it's a short-term thing, and once she's fine, everything will go back to normal again.
Yeah, now we've got a very loving little girl who knows what she wants and
and
know who we are.
Can tell us what
That's
she
the
wants.
biggest part. That you have to at least give it a try to see for yourself what it does for your child. The 2 weeks, the 2-week trial, give it a go. And if you don't see any effect, well, that's it. But we saw our effect, and we saw what happens after you stop. So if you can, keep it going, because it's going to just benefit your child. And it's a lot cheaper than other methods out there. Like, we were spending nearly $800 a week just on what Artie was doing with neurofeedback and
speech
therapy and the rest of it. And they just, in the end, like we said, it just fell off, like it, just like dust.
I always follow now what Ariana wants to do, be it with supplements, with whatever program. She has not wanted to do anything. She likes doing maps, which for me is her telling me this is working for me. So my big thing would be just to listen to your child and do the trial, and you'll see for yourself that it works.